Okay, folks, gonna continue on with the questions here. Have one from Baron Guitar. Says, hello, Dr. Groovy. Howdy. One big fan of your videos. Your info has helped a lot during the years, especially in the guitar bullshit sessions. It's definitely a leg up to have the Groovy one. Dr. MD in your corner. And I have watched all the other Ask Scott Grove anything. It took almost 37 hours. It might on this too. What does the current perfect world look like to you if you were the world leader? And is The Breakfast Club still your favorite go-to movie? We'll start with The Breakfast Club. Breakfast Club is right in there, and it is kind of a tie between that and Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Can't leave Phoebe Cates out. Can't happen. Can't happen. She's my yum yum. Okay, so I have to come up with the other one on the spot. What does the current perfect world look like if you were the world leader? Wow. I guess about what most people would think. Well, I would take it back a few decades, of course, like any old folks. There's some things I can't say in this day and age, just because it wouldn't come off right. Let's see, good lordy. Have to do away with a few countries. Their people? I don't know. I'd have to meet every single person and decide if they were worthy of being on this rock. That's a big part I have, I guess, is just what certain people are like. Not what race they are or what anything like that. It's just most people suck. The vast majority of people suck. So I guess that's what I'm going to stick with, is there would have to be a suckometer, and they would have to fit into my perfect world, since you're asking. And yeah, just they couldn't be born into the world unless they knew in advance if they were going to be a sucky person or not. And I definitely think that people should be chipped to a point where for criminal aspects. You know, if you're a criminal, you've murdered somebody, they can't find your ass. You know, they can just basically hit a button and blow your head off wherever you're at. I'm all for that. I don't think criminals have any rights at all. So, blow them the hell up. Okay, so my 2 cents. Let's see. This is I see what they did here. Meow Woum. That's meow backwards. I'm always so pleased. That's my bad. I got hair in the way. I'm always so pleased when you post a new video. Thank you. As you are one of my favorite YouTube personalities. That's awesome. Anyway, I like country. I'm in my early 50s and never knew until the past couple of years that some of my favorite songs, I have no idea how I was exposed to them, as country wasn't big here in England. In the 70s and 80s are country songs. It never occurred to me that Elvis Costello's good years For the Roses, King of the Road, and lots of other songs were country. My question is, what country songs are must-listen-to songs to get a real good feel for country? Read more. For country music and guitar. Good songs. It depends on the country you like. If it's today's country, I'd just tell you to run. I really would. Is it because I like old stuff? I guess, because the new stuff really sucks. Again, a lot of the people that are young today say the new stuff sucks, and they hear a lot of reaction channels, or they have a reaction channel here on YouTube, and they're like, holy crap, wish I lived back when music was still good. But I'm going to have to say, I'm not going to stick it to strict songs. I'm going to have to say what is my personal thing and go with the typical outlaw stuff. And that would be Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, anything that Chris Christopherson wrote, not that he sang, Merle Haggard, that type of stuff. There's a bunch of other great things, but if you just look them up and see what their most famous songs are, I would check those out first, of course, and if they interest you, then you can dive deeper, because there's a lot of great deep cuts by a lot of folks. I also like stuff that's older than that, but as far as what you're naming here, roughly, King of the Road, great song. You might like Johnny Paycheck if you like that. A lot of people like David Allan Coe, but I would that's an iffy subject. It was right about the time that Alan Jackson and George Strait and those guys hit. It's like, okay, I'll learn those songs, but I'm not learning anything else past that. It's because everything else past that, I'm just like, good God, it's like I got to get in a classic country band. Even though classic country was still considered all the stuff I really liked, it's like, man, I just couldn't hang on to much past when those guys came out. Good stuff in there to listen to. Let's see, to get a good feel for country music and guitar. So even guitar, I'd say the country stuff on those things are good. The Alan Jackson stuff actually had good guitar on it. But yeah, if you want good guitar, Merle played good guitar. Buck Owens is another one I'd go to check out. His guitar pickers, wonderful. So that'd be my stuff, and thanks for tuning in all these years, buddy. Appreciate it. Jason Kelly, hi Scott, glad to see a video pop up from you. Hope you're well. Any chance there will be another guitar collection video anytime soon? Love all the past ones, stay groovy, respect from Ireland. Well, howdy to Ireland. Top of the morning to you. They're magically delicious. That's all I got. No new guitar videos, as only 3 or 4 of mine have changed since the last video. I have done what I set out to do this time, and that was to get a collection of guitars that I would honestly play on stage. And I could actually pick up any guitar on any wall, on any stand, anywhere, walk out the door and feel comfortable about whatever it is. Or I could say to the missus, oh crap, man, an hour and a half away from home. I forgot to even bring a guitar. Just bring me one. Which one? Anything. Whatever fits in the case that's sitting there, and that I could actually be happy about. So I did that, and the only new things that I have purchased have been a bass guitar here and there, and any new guitars. Quick look around. Oh, only new guitars would be these Godin progression guitars. And I had to pull the pickups out of there and put silver lace sensors in them because their pickups were shite. So those are the only real new things that I've picked up, and even those are old, but that would be the only new stuff to see in the collection, so I don't see a need to do it again. Sorry. But thanks for everything, buddy. Hey, I know this dude. Okay, so we'll go on to Lightning Dog. Hi Scott, always good to see your groovy content pop up. Been a follower for so long. I know that. I used to have hair when I started. I recently bought a Yamaha bass knowing nothing about playing one other than what you've been teaching me. Question, should I spend my money on a bedroom style amp with an 8-inch speaker for learning purposes? There is zero chance I need a real bass amp anytime soon, so can one of these amps give me a good idea of bass sound? And we'll go ahead where it says read more. By the way, I have a Roland Micro Cube bought years ago for guitar. I was wondering if that would work. What do you recommend? Thanks. You look good. Stay well, big buddy. You were and still will always be the man. Okay, thank you, buddy. For bass, seems like most everything is 10-inch these days, except for yours truly. Yeah, all my bass speakers are 10-inch, except for the one I'm going to actually toss your way. I don't think you're going to get through with the Roland Micro Cube. I don't think you're going to like it, and I don't think the amp's going to like the bass going through it. I would maybe try, just because I like this particular bedroom amp, and I've actually taken it to gigs too, but there's a Hardtail. It's what's called a kickback. It looks like a monitor, so it's faced like that and up towards you, or in back of you, it's still up towards you, so it's not just blowing at your ankles. I've got the kickback 12, so it means it has a 12-inch speaker. You can get a kickback 15, which of course has a 15. If they make one with a 10, I don't know. I don't know if they've done that or not. But people want more money for them. I know there's one in Las Vegas right now on Craigslist for $300, but I paid $90 for mine. So if you can find something like that kind of a steal, I'd go for it. It's been an amazing, great amp. I couldn't ask for anything more, and even though I've got four 10 cabinets in here for bass, and I use them. But yeah, that little bass amp in there, that's all I used for the longest time, and it's what I would recommend. Okay, if you want to know, and I recommended it to a friend, that's what I would go with, something like that. Or I just like the Hardtail stuff. I'm sure people are going to tell you otherwise, but as far as stuff I've actually played, that's what I would throw at you. Okay? We got Ken Kelly. Just found your videos recently and have learned so much from you in a short period of time. Thank you, buddy. Wish I had found your lessons long ago. I wish you would have too. Watch all the old stuff. It's there. Saw your videos on the Nashville number system for major keys, which was awesome. My question is, do you apply the Nashville system to the minor keys. Yeah, just do the same thing. And do everything opposite as far as minor, major. Okay, so if you're going along, let me grab a guitar. I should probably have one with me since I feel so naked without one. But yeah, if you're jamming along in A minor, go to the 4, which would just be a D minor, back to the 1, A minor, to the 5. And that tends to work the same as the other Nashville numbered system goes. Okay, so if you go back to a 6, going back 3 frets from the A, okay, it's going to switch to a major generally. So all your stuff that used to be minors, you know, like a 2 minor and a 3 minor and a 6 minor, are going to usually be major. So it's same thing, just different. Okay, hope that helps. I should have included that in all my stuff and just didn't, because so many people asked about that same thing. So there you be. Here's one from Harry Nuts. These nuts. I love it. Keep doing you. Your lessons are badass. Thanks, buddy. Here's Robert Willis with Love Your Work, Scott. Keep it up. Thank you. We got Buckmaster Flex 77. Oh, Bunkmaster. He's not a Buckmaster. Learned so much from you over the years. Any tips on Unison bends with a floating trim? Okay, I'm gonna I'm thinking you're gonna mean Unison bends with a and I'm not sure if you're talking about with the floating trim with it going out of tune, because it's going to maybe not go out of tune, you know, when you get done playing, but it will at least, everything will go flat. So a floating trim with Unison bends, what's my thought on it? Maybe it'll hit you. Of course, like I said, even if you, like here's 2 E's, even though you bend the B string up high enough to compensate and actually be in key for the Unison bend, the high E string is going to go flat. So you're going to have to bend it sharp just a little bit, you know, until everything pulls together, so that it is in unison, so that both notes are the same and they match up to your surroundings, whether that's a band or a recording. So if that's your question, that's how you solve it. And I've done that before, and you have to really listen, because you have 2 strings now that you're trying to bend into pitch. So you're going to have to bend your B string past where it would go, and you're going to have to take your E string, if you're doing them there, and bend it where you normally would leave it, because like I said, it's going to go flat, and you're just going to have to bend it up a bit to compensate. So that's what I think you're asking. I think. David Alley. Hi, Scott. I know you say to use roller bridges. Yeah, sometimes. Not always a must. But when I put one on my Gretsch, the high E string, kept popping off. When I got aggressive or did some big bends, I had to put the original bridge back on. It has the B60 on it. Keep up the good work. That was in reference to an Epiphone I have back here with a Bixby on it that I put a string with or a bridge with rollers on it that worked really well. So that is something that is going to have enough downward force on it to keep that going, or to keep it in the roller. So that's where the problem lies. So it could be, just depending on the bridge you have. It was just simply the particular Bigsby I was using that it happened to work out well on that particular guitar. So it would suck to have that one string being that way. You could always pop something in for your high E that is a normal saddle, if you could find one that will pop in that way and leave the other ones rolling. That way you have one less string that's going to be screwing with you. Okay, so that's all I got for you on that one. That particular, like I said, that particular guitar with that particular roller on it, that bridge, and everything combined happened to work out perfectly. So that's all I got for you, buddy. Okay. What do we have here? Danny Ogus. Thanks, Scott, for all you've shown us. You're a great instructor. Thank you. I have adapted some of your licks and tricks into my playing. I don't have a question. I just wanted to say thanks. Danny, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Again, can't believe I'm actually influencing anybody, but glad I do. It's awesome. That's all I can ask for. We got Moonshine Delight. Somebody's tripping the lights. Fantastic. Keep with the moonshine. Says, dude, you've got plenty of subscribers. What are the most important things to work on in a group rehearsals when time is limited? Group rehearsals. Okay, now that is beyond what I'm thinking, because I'm not sure what you mean by that. Because usually, I don't know if you're talking about rehearsals with a group, an actual band, which is what I'm going to go off of, instead of rehearsals like in guitar clinics when there's 8 people all sitting around trying to learn something, as a group. So in a band is where I'm going to go. What are the most important things to work on in group rehearsal when time is limited? I'm going to say, it's sad to say, if you have a crappy bass player and drummer, which is where everybody goes right away, I would let them practice twice as much as y'all. Best thing I could say is let them have another practice if they could on their own and get things really tight, the way things go. It's just that foundation has to be there, and if they're not on it, then it's just wasting everybody else's time. You could be at a practice for 1 hour and you're going to waste half your time just waiting for the bass and the drums to sync up. Some people spend their entire time on harmony vocals. That's a bitch and that sucks. Best way to go there with harmonies is to say, okay, because there's no such thing as people playing an A and the lead singer saying, okay, I'm going to take the root. Does that mean no? He's going to sing the root the whole time. It's like, no, there's no such thing as the guy that's going to take the root. It's okay, there's the main vocal, and decide, if you're going to sing the vocal that's up or up from that, or if you're going to layer it with one up and one down, and just go home and practice with the song. You know, who's going to do what. Don't waste time at rehearsal. You can go through the song and actually go through it with an acoustic or a keyboard or just one. Don't play the song and go through each little part over and over and over again. What a waste. You can go ahead and give each other a chord and everybody do, 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 and then the next chord, do, 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 and singing through it just one chord at a time, but you're not going to have to stop and do all the other stuff. If you don't have your part, you don't have your part. Blame the guy that don't have his part and continue working. But yeah, get the drummer and the bass player off their ass, which I know it sucks to always give those two guys the shitload of responsibility, but they do have more responsibility than everybody. There's stereotypes for a reason. Okay, so what should you actually apply yourself to rehearsal when everybody is there? The arrangement of, if you're going, I would say the arrangement, and who is going to take, if you don't have the correct instrumentation for the song that you're in, who's going to take the rides over top of each verse. So the verse is going on, and somebody says, people say I'm no good and crazy. Who's doing that? Is the guitar player doing that through the whole verse? And I get stoned in the morning and get drunk in the afternoon. So during an entire verse, somebody could play one instrument, play all the little stuff that's in there, or you could split it up. But generally, I don't know if it's country that you're doing, but it's generally one, if it's like a 4 or 5 piece band, a small enough band, it's usually just one person playing all the licks, all the fills during one verse, and then a different instrument playing all the licks and stuff during another verse. And during choruses, then those instruments, if that's all you have, 2 different melody making instruments, splitting up the same type of thing but in a chorus, so you have the guitar playing half of it and keyboards playing the other half of that thing. So maybe just work on who's going to take what, or decide before you go to rehearse on things. Have a set thing. Okay, I'm always going to take the first ride, you take the second verse, and we're both going to split it in the same order during the chorus, and you can come up with that crap at home. So other things to work on if you're planning on playing live, the most important thing I think is going to be transitions, and that gets you from one song to another. Okay, so you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. Okay, so how to get you from one song to another is more important than anything. I mean, of course the song's important, but what a huge impact that has. Again, something like this. Long-haired country boy alone. Okay, just something as simple as that to get from one song to the next. Practice on those if you're doing live stuff. Makes all the difference in the world. Takes you from sounding like every other band to sounding polished. There's something called artist development that people will do for you. Your managers and stuff will set you up for that kind of thing. And if you just learn transitions and stuff, you save yourself a lot of money from having to go through artist development. And there's a lot of stuff on transitioning, not from a man to a woman, but I know that's what everybody thinks these days. It's not Caitlyn Jenner stuff, it's just kind of what I just showed you. It's the new LGBTQ method. Look, okay, here's the L because it's shaped like this. Here's the B. Yeah, but transitions. Once I talk to your off for 20 minutes. Now this one's going a little far. This is Radio Deuce. Thanks for the best guitar channel on YouTube. Yeah, right. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Please do more gear review and information videos, and more informative videos. Sorry, gear reviews, man. Again, that's one where I just can't oblige you on that because I just have no more gear to get. None. Nobody sends me stuff, so therefore you just have to trust all the other gear reviews. Most of them are going to lie to you, just because they either get free gear or they feel somewhat obligated to say, wow, it's wonderful, when the majority of it's really going to blow dog. So I wish I could do all those for you, but people aren't going to send me shit because I'm going to do an honest review, and I've probably been blacklisted from such things because I tell it like it is, and they don't like that. Informative stuff, yes. Question: are fretless basses worth it? Do you need flat wound strings for that? Good question. One of the best tones I've ever heard was a fretless with round wounds on it. Guy just beat the shit out of the thing. It sounded so good. It was in a rock band. Is there a place for that whole fretless and flat wound thing? Of course. The whole jazz thing, when there's him and the piano and the little drummer guy, the little drummer boy, and they're playing. It sounds cool. You get the wah sound out of that. So it definitely depends on the genre, I think. Personally, I've had a few and just absolutely hated them myself personally. Especially in country and anything beyond that. It just, Jocko did it. Yeah. Go home and enjoy your J.O. Go Jocko off. So unless you're doing Jocko tribute band stuff, I can't see it. I have a problem with my eyes. I just can't see it happening. Again, as far as the flat wounds, I hate those on guitar or basses. Again, they sound cool on the fretless, but man, I just hate the sound. Personally, that's just me. I hate the sound of a flat wound on anything. Go try them is all I can say, because it might be the best thing you've ever found. But personally, I hate it. That's all I can tell you is I personally hate it. Okay. Thanks for all the little praise stuff. I appreciate that. Okay, here's Ryan Ferris. Says I loved all the Tonewood videos. Plus she coined the word guitarded. I did some serious laughing at that. I wish I came up with it. Keep rocking. Yeah, a lot of old fun stuff in these psycho days or psychotic days. It's a stool. I swear. Yeah, I'm sitting here rubbing myself in my own stool. Yeah. Okay. I gotta oil that one of these days. Use my fretboard oil to do that. Okay, that's all it's good for. Let's see. We got Charles Bolin. Curious if you added to your download lessons recently. This would be my $25 download special that has 97 videos, over 200 hours worth of lessons. I bought the download for Windows version a few years back, the 100 gigabyte everything deal, and I am hoping there's some new stuff in it to give me an excuse to buy it again. First thing is, if you buy it once, you don't have to buy it again. So, yeah. If you bought it, let me know that you bought it before. I can look it up easily enough, and you'll get the whole thing and get the new stuff. Depending on how long ago you got it, all I've added is 10 more lessons to it, and that was a couple years ago. So if you have anything with oh God, what all else is on there? So many things. There's a few extra weird videos on there. So like a couple more ukulele videos and like 4 or 5 more bass guitar videos. And just see some guitar of the 1950s, and then a sound system video. If you have those, then nothing has come out since that. Okay, so if you have those videos, then there's your answer. We have Dan Givens. Thanks, Scott, for your videos, and it gave me the guts to set up my own guitar. Awesome. Nobody should have to pay anybody to do anything. No need for it anymore. I'm glad you're doing it. Spot, MFD. Well, but he might have them pickups. From G&L. See, I will be watching. You are the original guitar OG. That's the OG, the original guitar. That's great. Thanks, Spot. Good dog. Let's see, we have Maurice. Maurice. Only 2 people will get that. Here's my question. Do you still do in-person lessons? Thank you for all your content. I would for somebody that's like right here. As far as the... what do you call that damn thing anyway? Dude, help me out. Get me out here. There's some kind of damn thing I used to give guitar lessons online. And nobody's asked for one in so long, I forget what it's even called. Let's see. Put in a G and it goes to Groovy Music Lessons, and there it says Skype. No, I haven't done one in about 2 years. Like I said, nobody asked for them. Nobody could give 2 rats asses about them, so I have basically farted out on those. And then with me sleeping about 5 days a week without showering or getting up out of bed at all, yeah, health has gotten too rotten and I've gotten too rotten smelling to do such things. So there's where that is. Let's see. We have Sean Chandler. Says, hi Scott, great videos. I love the beard. Thank you. And the high heels with the fishnet in. Oh, those are cool, aren't they? I dig those. The black ones are with the line up the back are always the fan favorites. Really got me laughing. I took your advice and picked up a PV Reactor. Very cool. And a PV Predator, both in black with a white pick guard, and great guitars. Thanks, buddy. Hey, Sean, awesome. You got some great axes. I got a black Predator right there. Got the Falcon up there. What'd you get? Reactor. Okay, that's the Telly one. Very cool. Awesome stuff. That's all I can say. We have, I love these kind of screen names. AB. It says, good day, doctor. Purchased your, move that mouse. Oh, no, I thought it said purchase your deaf video. Okay. Purchase your deal of the century long ago for the Johnny Cash lessons. And every answer on those lessons always a cure for depression. Playing guitar with you. Awesome. I'll add something to that in just a second. I'd just like to know how you got the name Dr. Groovy. Buddy online here told me that. He goes, you should call yourself Dr. Groovy, so I just did. Many thanks to you for the positive influence. Wish you good health and a long life. I wish I had that too. Thank you. Thanks from Australia. That's why the good day, mate, was on there. Sounded like Keith Urban. Let's see. The Johnny Cash lessons. A lot of Cash family happenings during my life. So let's see. It was a cure for depression. Yes. That's what it was for me. The reason I did all this stuff was my depression and anxiety and stuff were so stupidly bad that I was, trying to kill myself at least twice a week. People always finding me out in the van and stuff with it running and what have you, and I just looking for something to take up my time and put my brain somewhere else. So that's why I started doing the lessons, period. And really took it to heart every single time anybody would make a bad comment and so forth, or leave a thumbs down on a video, and made me want to go out in the van and start it up again. And so it was a double-edged sword there. I know you didn't ask, but that's what started the whole channel. And so about staying well, I'm staying as well as I can on all the drugs. They've got me into a point where I can fairly manage to cope with things for the most part, but I can't stay up. They just keep you too sleepy with 30 flipping pills a day. There's no way to be able to function. Hard to function at all. Let's see. So how long I'll be around, who knows? As far as life goes. Let's see, we got William O'Callahan. Scott, my friend, thank you so much for the great answer, which I had given earlier. I guess I just got hung up on all the radius stuff, and you helped clear it up for me. Everybody's always GBY. You're welcome, man. Yeah, the radius stuff, no big. Easy stuff to figure out and tell you why it works the way it works. We have Subwoofer Wild Type. Says, hey Scott, been following you for years. Your unbiased raw videos and reviews and crusade against the myths surrounding guitar are probably the best YouTube content on guitar philosophy. Thanks, man. Those were some of the most fun I had. I still remember them. I don't remember a lot of things. Have had a couple strokes, and I remember everything before them, but after, boy, it's spotty. I can't tell you what I had for breakfast. I can't remember what I watched, if anything, on TV yesterday or what have you. So it's amazing that I already remember what I had videotaped years ago. But thanks, appreciate it. We got Tom White. Scott, I had thought for sure they took you down or that you gave up. That reminds me of something. I doubt that I'll have much more on the guitar thing. I just mentioned this to somebody last night. The only thing that they ever took down of mine was a video. I started off by saying, and I was right up on the camera, I'll do it again, see if they take it down, but I'm like, this is what it looks like from the inside view of the female dog, but when two dogs are having sex. And I did this. So a bunch of people complained about that, and they took that off, but nothing else has been taken off, and I haven't been kicked off yet. So amazing. I got a few bad boy things thrown at me, but that's that. I haven't noticed or had a notification for one of your videos come up in my feed forever. Yeah, I guess everything has to be unsubscribe and then subscribe again and do the bell again. Ever since I changed my screen name from Groovy DJs over to Groovy Music Lessons, it seems to have thrown everything off. So it's the only way I think people can remember or even get any kind of notification is to unsubscribe and subscribe again. Your channel got lost in all the noise that is YouTube. Yeah, I hear you there. Glad to see you're still at it. Looking good and in good spirits. I've been subscribed to you since about 2015. And not too proud to say that even though I've played guitar since '82, I've always picked up something from your videos. Stay groovy. Right back at you, man. Oh, I'm glad you found me again. You got some backlogging to do. Go back and check out some of the groovy fun stuff. None of it's as fun as it used to be, because when the docs come up with the right meds, nothing's as fun or as interesting as it used to be when you were on the wrong stuff. Sometimes all meds are fun, but when they put you on the right ones, it's like, damn it. I hate being a bummer now. Let's see, Reed Burke. I like the suggestion, if you were the head of Gibson, what would you do? Probably put 3 lace sensors in, get rid of the knife blade bridge, and also please don't look at the headstock too long or it will bust off. A few other things I can think of, but would like to hear from you. Thanks for all the years of passion, Scott. Really, sir. Okay, so if I was the head of Gibson, I'd close up. Would I really? God. It's amazing how crappy things just continue to be. God. Could you get any money for it if you sold it, would be my question. Could you get any real money? I don't think they're going to be around long. I really don't. Just too much is still going on. You have that one guy, Trogley, doing all his stuff, and he's getting 2 or 3 or 40 Gibsons a day, and a lot of them new ones, showing that everything still sucks over there. No QC improvements. So if I was in charge of Gibson, what would I do? Well, they've tried the single coil stuff before, and every Gibson fan throws it away. They've had 3 single coils, and a few guitars. I've still got 2 of them that have 3 single coils in them. The G3 bass has 3 single coils, as does my Corvus 3. So those are the only 2 Gibson guitars I still have. So of course they both have 3 single coils in them. Again, every guitar I have, I think does, or has to be something I could or would use on stage. And people are so hell-bent with Gibson when they try to use bolt-on necks, which both those instruments are bolt-ons. What would I do? Man, if you can't up the QC, and they're lost, man. It's like everybody likes what models they like, and I understand them sticking with what the people like. So if I was in there, then it'd have to be just quality control. It's hard to control quality, though, when you're using a nitro finish. But you got all these people with sticks up their butt, the cork snuffers, that, man, I love it when my guitar looks like shit. So those are the same people bitching about quality control. It's like, that's the way the finish is going to work out if you use that stuff. So I would probably run the thing into the ground if they let me have it. So if I was in charge, I guess I'd sell it. And have it shut down when I sold it. Just totally get away with it, not sell it to another guitar person. I would just sell it and close it. Just make sure it couldn't come back again. Okay, here's Baron Guitar again. Hello, Mr. Scott. Super fan. All of your lessons are awesome. Okay, I'll get on with the question. Last Q&A, you cited a joke about the unknown comic. Yes. What about... I can see this already. Okay, the unknown comic about what a Mexican firefighter would name his kids. The punchline being Jose and Hose B. I still use that joke. The question is, what are some other stand-ups that have, what are some other stand-up comics that have influenced you besides the unknown comic? Okay, easy enough. Bill Burr, he actually mentioned the whole tone wood. My very first video, he mentioned that on his one of his podcasts. He's like, there's some guy out here, just calling everybody dumb motherfuckers and talking about wood, and not his wood, but tone wood, and just going off, and that was cool. But Bill Burr, of course, let's see, George Carlin, Stephen Wright, man, I'm sorry, but if a guy whacks off in public, whatever comes to him, so to speak. But what was that sumbitch's name that beat off in front of everybody and they got rid of him? He no longer works. What the hell is his name? He's been gone too long. You guys know what it is. If I go through the alphabet, I always figure these out. A C is maybe in there. There's an H sticking in my head. Louis C.K. That's why there was a C in my... Yeah, so Louis C.K. Funny as fuck. Anthony Jeselnik. I like him too. So those would be my main ones, I guess. There's some funny chicks out there as well. I know I shouldn't call them chicks, but a couple funny chicks out there. Let's see. We got one. Oh, One-Eye Jack FFS. I guess for fuck's sake. Have you ever thought about writing an autobiography? I would love to hear some of your road stories from back in the day, and just a general story on your existence here on this planet. Of course. I'd rather just yak about it, though, with folks that are in a group. The stories they've been fun and amazing and just obnoxious as hell and as X-rated as you can imagine. In the girl category, I sat down. I actually, as far as just different chicks that the thick girls that I have boned, I went down and started making a list one time of just the ones I could remember, and I got 250, and I just quit. I was like, wow, that's enough of this. But the stories on some of these people, in and of themselves, just the story around them are just hilarious. A girl up in Canada, her nickname, she goes, "Oh, just call me Tuna." All the other band guys do. And she's like, "You don't want to eat this coochie. It's nasty." And there was Skunk Woman, and each of the girls. Just a definite story on just those alone. But as far as an actual autobiography, no, we always had the fake or the supposed book we would write about. It's like, it's going in the book, so there should have been a book. There should have been a book with just one part of the band, the first band I was in. That one ended up all over the road, and we just had some amazing times. And it's like, of course, everybody got to go through. It's like, okay, who caught crabs in that last house, man? Every single bed just happened to be laced with crabs from some other band, and things like that. It's like everybody up on stage just they're like, why do all the bands dance like that on stage? So writing a book, it'd be fun just for me to be able to keep track of everything. But I got all the old stuff in my head before I had my first stroke. I remember every last bit of it. So I would rather just tell all those. On here, I don't mind telling them either, but that would take so long. But it'd be fun. But putting it down on paper, yeah. Who would care? Okay, let's see. I gotta look at the time so I know when to dump all the stuff off this camera and fire it back up again when the drive will be full. Okay, this is from, holy crap, Channel A, the Stephen G. Atkins YouTube channel. That's actually the name of the guy's channel. What guitar do you consider to be the workhorse? Closest thing to an Army knife for a guitarist, for stage and recording. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to go for, of course, a Strat or a Telly with a middle pickup added to it, and add a Roland pickup to it, or go with the 3 pickup version of anything they've put out that is line 6, maybe. What the hell was it? Wouldn't use their version, but what were those things? The MIDI guitars, and then I know Yamaha had one, and whatever, but it's a MIDI situation. But as far as just a regular guitar goes, I've already had it built, and that would be to take a guitar and turn it into this. Get off there. Get out of my hole. So this guitar. My Groovy 32. Okay. There you go. Those are actually 5 pickups. Have 3 single coil lace sensors in there, and then we have Duncan hot rails and a Duncan cool rails here, There are 5 on and off switches, 1 for each pickup. Okay, so you have literally 2 humbuckers and 3 single coils on there. So there's your Swiss Army knife right there. Can't be much more I can say about that. It's like, how do you get more groovy or useful than that? So that's what I'm sticking to. Well, who do we have here? Protho Petcore. If you were just starting out learning how to play guitar but knew everything you know now, what is one tip you give yourself on learning how to play? Okay, if I was just starting but knew everything I know right now, the tip I'd give myself on learning how to play. But I already knew everything I know now. Dude. I would have to learn other stuff instead of staying on the exact same stuff that I already know for so long. It's like I've been playing the same licks forever. It's like, what have I learned in the past 10 years? Nothing. Not one thing. I pick up a lick or two now and then off of YouTube, and then I realize, oh, I've already played that actually. It's like I'll sit there and go through it. It's like, oh, duh. It's like that's the song or the lick that was on Chattahoochee that I've meant to play and that I have taught on my videos, but I don't use that one live. But I have played it. Okay, but I would actually learn to play other styles more so, just so I would have a broader palette of stuff to use, because when it comes to me trying to play other kinds of music, I fall short, so, and that would be that. Maybe learn to hybrid pick. I do hybrid pick without the thumb pick and do everything, I think, just fine, but other people are outshining me so much on that kind of style, so I would try to work on that as well. But yeah, I'd try to get into some of the 80s rock that nobody should play. But I would just like to have that information in my head. I just never got there. I was still playing Merle Haggard and still would rather play Merle Haggard than anything. But yeah, I just would have exposed myself to different styles. Okay, so going to Double X Crackles Double X. Hey Scott, what do you think of the? Oh, I don't know. What do you think of the LTD EC 256? My buddy gave me one, and I absolutely love it. Would it be a good idea to put DiMarzio Super Distortions in it? Thank you, and you rock. To put DiMarzio Super Distortions in anything is always a good idea. I'd put those in above anything if you want that classic rock sound. If you want the stuff that sounds like the 70s, then toss that in. It's what everybody put in everything in everything in the 70s. So if you dig that sound, go for it. As far as your guitar goes, couldn't tell you. I've never held an LTD anything in my life. I think the only LTD thing I remember was a flower company called LTD back in the day. So I don't know anything about the guitar unless I've owned it. Couldn't tell you. I've never played one, never seen one. So wish I could help you out there, but I know nothing about them. From Ron, for what is that, Ron? Very cool. That's what I'm going to call it. Says, hi Scott, I keep coming back. You've taught me a lot of years. Appreciate your efforts. Thanks, buddy. Bought a Furion. Yes, very cool. On your recommendation. Love it. Bought your soloing lesson last year too. Peace. Thanks, brother. Yeah, the Furion's very cool. And I'm glad you got it. Wish I still had it. I hate that I get rid of anything, but God, if I had everything that I've had, I'd have about 3,000 guitars right now. And definitely have a retirement instead of a, oh shit, I'm out of money situation. Here's one by somebody. Duh. Scottish trend to kill. Hey Scott, greetings from Scotland. That's just what I would call where I lived. Scotland. What do you think of the Kramer Imperial? I dug that. Versus Gibson Explorer debate. I didn't know there was a debate, but neither were you. Okay, it says, I wasn't aware there was such a hot argument in the guitar community. No one seems to know or talk about it. I've been watching you for years, man. Hope all goes well in the future. Well, thank you for that. The Imperial and the Explorer. Of course, I've had both. Many Explorers and a couple Imperials. It comes down to, with me personally, they're both great guitars. I can't say anything bad about either one, except for one has a nitro finish, which blows dog. So your Imperial's gonna look great for its entire life, unless you beat the shit out of it. So give it to the Imperial for that reason alone. You can always drop whatever pickups make it sound best for you, but equally as cool guitars, and the Kramer's probably going to have better quality control on it. Go figure. So there's my answer. I have a Imperial video, I believe, too. Let's see. Looking up here, I'll do a couple more and then I'll switch over and we'll keep on rocking. I'm almost halfway through these. I think there's 150 comments on here, maybe not 150 questions. Let's see. Paul Mattison. Hello, Scott. It hasn't been too long ago that I have stumbled across your site. It says, wow, I'm thankful I have. Thanks, buddy. I'm sure you have a video of how to improve the accuracy of your picking hand. Yes, I do. Do you have suggestions? Yeah, by the video. I continue to either pick strings I really don't want or to miss strings. Yeah, man. I've got a few videos on that. And I haven't given any or many at all on YouTube for free, which I probably should, but I haven't. If you go to groovymusiclessons.com, for $4 you can get the download, or for $25 you can get all 200 and some lessons, or 200 and some hours worth of lessons. But yeah, for $4 per lesson you can get the downloads for the picking ones, right hand techniques, fingering, and other all right-handed stuff. Okay, so if you get the whole $25 worth, you get all those plus plenty of crap for the rest of your life to learn. So that's what I can tell you that way. But yeah, I do have those, and again, they're geared strictly what you're talking about. And if you don't got the $25, then lay out the $4 and a little at a time and have at those. Just every one of them are on acoustic guitar, so go to the acoustic guitar section and get them from there. Okay? Let's see. I'll do another one and then I'll take a dump of all my information, put them on the computer, and come right back. Yes, taking a dump. That sounds good. Okay, Troy Kurtz, or Kurz. No two people with the same spelling of the last name, and they pronounce it different. Hey there, Dr. Groovy. We've all seen your modified Strats, and I think they're damn cool. I have a made in Mexico Strat. Almost every one of these are made in Mexico. His has a Floyd Rose. See, I know I had to have one, and now I want to rip it out and make the guitar a hardtail. Any advice? And to where to get the parts? Thanks, and stay groovy. Good God. And I don't. Floyd Roses and I have zero problems with each other. Of course, you could always deck the Floyd and make it just like it's a hardtail. Where to get parts to make it a hardtail? I don't know at all, actually. I am not familiar with hardtail, with parts that do what you're asking. I'm sure there are such things, but it seems that everybody just tightens the springs up on them and puts the piece of wood in the back. So you push it down, and then put that piece of wood in there and let it come back against there and tighten all the springs all the way down and let it won't move ever again, you know. So that's the only way that I've seen it done, and it costs you olive free. Okay. So that's the only thing I know. If I knew anything else, I'd of course get all over it, but I've got a couple of Floyd equipped ones myself, and have them just because they're Floyd and they do what they do. I don't have any problems with them, no setup problems with them, blah blah blah. Only problems I have is when I bend one string, the other one goes flat until you let loose of the string. Unless you set it up to do the Eddie Van Halen thing where it goes down only if you're really press on the bar. It won't do it if you're just playing. So you could set it up that way. But yeah, if I had any honest advice for you, I'd definitely give it to you, but I don't. Wish I did. Okay. I strike out sometimes. Okay, so sorry about that one.